All right. Okay, let's see here. We got the different platforms going, I think. Not going to share this out. We're doing a little bit different. So, actually, got to move that for your TikTokers out there. Welcome. Welcome. This is HMG Weekly Wrap Up. Hey, good morning. Yeah. Stop busting my balls, JD. Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday to you. It's the new year, and we're back in the first show in the home studio this year. So, welcome to 2024. And JD, you're right. I am a few minutes late this morning, trying to get things moving. We're on Facebook, YouTube, X. We're also on TikTok. So wherever you're watching us live, we appreciate wherever you are in the world and tuning in today. So thank you. Appreciate it. A lot to cover today. Um, but I'm going to take a minute here to collect my thoughts, get some people on here. So share this out, whether you're watching this now or you watch this over the weekend, which a lot of you do. Go ahead and share this if you will. So, well, everybody gets a slacker moment. Well, JD, I very much I appreciate it. I thought I honestly, JD, I thought I was going to be early this morning because I had everything lined up and ready to go, and then getting things set up on another platform this morning to be seen was a little bit different. Almost forgot it all. So if you're on, leave a comment. I see a bunch of people coming on. Those of you on Instagram, say hello. TikTok world. We're still new to TikTok. Um, but we appreciate that we're able to go live there. So welcome all of you on TikTok followers around the world. Thank you for joining us. Um, New year. Is it a new year, new me? No, no. As I said last week, I was down in DC. Those of you that watched the show last week, I was down in DC with my friend Patty Catter, and we toured the Leadership Institute. And if you ever get an opportunity to go through DC and whatnot, check out the Leadership Institute.org. Great organization. Um, I love it's a great organization. I've learned a lot. I'm going to take some classes down this year, down there this year. So by all means, check it out. But what I said last week was, is it a new year, new me? No, I think it's definitely a new year, but probably the same SOB that you all have grown to love so much over the years, right? So I will say this, it's gonna be a better version of me. I'm gonna continue to work on me to get better. Those of you on TikTok, good morning, say hello. Appreciate you, Gabriel, over on Instagram, thanks. JD, Pat's just signed a new head coach, by the way. I saw that coming. I knew that was coming. I was on the treadmill this morning. I saw the Belichick stuff. I'd be interested to see, are you covering that this week on the show? JD, for those of you, JD's over on our Facebook Live right now. He's got the S3 with JD, and we'll get into that here in a little bit. But what's changed? What's new year? What's changed for you? What are some of your goals this year? Have you guys thought about your goals for 2024? I'd be interested if you're willing to share some of your goals wherever platform you're on. Leave a comment of what your goals are for 2024. A lot of the times, those of you that know me, that have met me in person, a lot of times you see me, I carry around these different notebooks and stuff like that. I'm constantly taking notes. I was going to have my vision board. I'm creating a new vision board this year for things that I want to accomplish here in 2024. What are some of the things that I would like to accomplish this year? continuing my workouts. I want to learn a new language, so I'm studying Spanish and Russian right now. Um, so it's eating healthier, which I've already started. I want to kind of continue the path of doing some of the things that I'm doing now, but be a little more consistent and disciplined with. Stephen Williams, good morning. Your goal is not to set so many goals. Nice. Uh, that's certainly a goal. So how many of you? I mean, I'm really curious. Out of those of you on the different platforms watching, how many of you set New Year's resolutions? I'm really curious. Do you have a New Year's resolution? And if you're willing to share it, leave a comment in whatever platform you're watching. Leave a comment and let us know what your New Year's resolutions are. More importantly, how Heroes Media Group can help you achieve your goals for 2024. I really want to help more people this year. That's another goal. Another personal goal is to help as many people as I possibly can in 2024. So definitely would love to see how this is going to move forward and what transpires this year. So, first off, let me say thank you all for being on here. I'm seeing a lot of people on the different platforms, and I really appreciate you guys being on here. Thank you. Leave a comment. Let me know you're out there. Um, we got some things coming up here in the next several weeks. We're going to be traveling. In let's see, end of the month, we're going to be in Omaha, Nebraska for 4 days. Kind of a personal thing. We're going out there. Hey, what's up? How you doing over there at TikTok? Appreciate you guys. The other thing that we're going to do right after that, the first part of February, February 3rd through February 11th, we're going to be at the Great American Outdoor Show in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Those of you that are outdoor enthusiasts, whether you're hunting, fishing, uh, shooting, whatnot, come on out. I hope to see you all there. Gabe, I know you're going to be coming out. I'm looking forward to seeing you. Um, Steve, with your rebuilding, maybe you should come on out. Steve, I'm inviting you out to come on out to Harrisburg for the Great American Outdoor Show. We have a great time. It's always fun with that show, and it's a blast. Being an outdoors guy myself, I absolutely love it. So if you have never had the opportunity, look it up. It's the Great American Outdoor Show, Harrisburg, February 3rd through the 11th, and then the end of February, I believe it's the 21st through the 24th. We're going to be down there. I'm not sure exactly what day. We'll be down in DC for CPAC this year as well. So come on out. Let us know that you guys are going to be. If you guys are going to be around in town, let us know. Love to meet up with you guys while we're on the road. Also, those of you watching on the different platforms, if you have events coming up this year and you would like for us to share them with the viewers and stuff, let us know. Hit us up. Let us know. Would love to be involved. We can share it, or if we can, we'd love to come out and support face to face, where whatever type of events you guys have coming up. Let me see here. We've had some awards. I had a surprised email. I'm going to share this. But Heroes Media Group. This was actually 2022, but we just got the email. But we were the Innovation in Business Media Innovator Awards, Best Hero Podcast Network and Broadcasting Platform in 2022 in the Washington D.C. So we're certainly honored for that. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Let me see here. There was another one here. Let me find it. Maybe it's not going to do it. Maybe. There it is. This one here. This was in 2023, most innovative digital media and publishing platform in 2023 for the entire Mid-Atlantic region. So we're certainly honored about these. I'm not sure who put us in for these, but greatly appreciate it. So whoever did this, thank you very much. Appreciate it. What else? We have we had a request. I got a special request this year, and you know what? I didn't turn that over, so that's my bad. Battle to be. I will post this after the show, but there is a visual for Corporal Armando Hernandez, USMC, down in Texas this week. January 20th is the date. I will post that. So I apologize about that, Krista, who sent me that, but that was special guest, or excuse me, a special request. So I wanted to share that. Anybody down in the Houston area. All right, let's get into some of the great headlines that have come across my desk over the past week. JD, I most certainly will. Everybody in TikTok, hello, thank you guys, appreciate you jumping on, and over there on Instagram too as well. I got a lot of people on different platforms. This is great. Thank you. All right, first up. First up, we have several men arrested after dispute over a secret tunnel in a Brooklyn synagogue. Have you guys seen this? Did you guys see this? So I guess what happened was a group of men belonging to the Jewish community in New York were arrested on Monday amid a dispute over an illegal tunnel secretly dug into the side of a historic synagogue, which has since been closed allegedly. Now I'm seeing different articles on this, and they're saying different things. Shocker, I know, coming from the mainstream media. But action by law enforcement after the tunnel came to light led to a brawl between the police and those who had created the passageway that wanted it to remain. I haven't seen if you look up Brooklyn Synagogue or a secret tunnel, you'll find several articles on this, and it's really kind of eye opening. I'm not saying one thing or another. I'm just saying this was kind of interesting to see happen there in New York, of all places. Shocker, I guess, right? This next one is a little bit older, but it came across my desk this week. This one happened on December 29th, actually, of 2023. Filmmaker Janet Osterberg, she was the exposer of an elite pedophile networks found dead after weeks of being reported missing. She's renowned for her courageous expose of elite pedophile networks and she was found. It was ruled, the authorities had ruled her death as a suicide. Now a lot of people out there in conspiracy theorists, what some of you would call, have said this wasn't a suicide. She got in pretty deep, exposing a lot of people, high end people. So is it a shock that it was alleged to suicide? Nonetheless, rest in peace. But it doesn't surprise me that something like that has happened. But and here's the weird thing: when you look her up, there's not a lot of articles, especially in mainstream media, that even covered this. So also kind of sends a red flag in my opinion. So I don't know. That's just me. Moving on. The next one, those of you down in Arizona, this one hits home close to you guys. 30,000 migrants apprehended in Arizona over a 2-week span. Tucson sector border patrol agents apprehended more than 30,000 migrants in the last 2 weeks, says Tucson sector chief patrol agent John Moldlin. He shared a weekly update on X, saying that there was roughly just under 14,000 migrants were encountered and apprehended, resulting in 89 criminal cases being filed. Now, the week before that, there was just as many, if not more. And there was like 106 criminal cases filed the week before. Now, last month, Uh, Arizona Governor Katie Hobbs sent a letter to the Biden administration requesting reimbursement for funds the state has spent on the southern border. Federal government, and this is a quote from Hobbs that she shared on X. The federal government must act immediately to solve the unmitigated crisis caused by the port of entry closure. Uh, Hobbs said she sent a letter to President Biden calling on him to reassign National Guard members to assist in its reopening, as well as reimburse the 512 million 529,333 dollars federal border inactions that has cost the state of Arizona. That's all you Arizona, my Arizona peeps down there. That's your tax dollars at work down there. What are your thoughts on that to all my AZ peeps? A lot of money being spent on the border down there at you guys' expense. Speaking of which, Arizona, you guys, once they have the dates settled, we will be down there in March, beginning of March. I can tell you beginning of March. Can't tell you the exact dates, but plan on beginning of March. I'll be down in Arizona for a week. So no, no comment. Yeah, I hear you, JD. Next up, uh, a Thomas Jefferson statue was removed uh, from the New York City Hall, after 187 years. I just thought that was interesting. They removed a statue of Thomas Jefferson that's been in New York City Hall for more than 187 years. Wasn't any explanation on it. They just took it down. So I don't know. I thought that was interesting. Next up, California State Health Insurance. And we got quite a few of you out there that are from California. Here's one for you. California State Health Insurance to cover sex changes for illegal immigrants. Nearly 700,000 illegal immigrants between the ages of 26 and 49 qualify as of January 1st for these federal health care services, which will cost California taxpayers an estimated $3.1 billion. And we wonder why so many people are moving away from California right now. Listen, don't take my word for it. Look this stuff up, folks. I'm just saying. All right, here's one for you. All my veterans out there, listen up. All my vets, especially you Army vets, but this veterans as a whole. This next one is disgusting. It's going to make your blood boil. I promise you that. So listen up. Here we go. Army civilians stole 100 million from service to buy dozens of homes and luxury vehicles, allegedly. Now, an Army civilian employee accused of banking more than $100 million from the service funds that were meant to be used for military children in what is likely among the largest scams by a single person in its history, according to the Justice Department. Janet Yamanica Mello, I hope I butchered her middle name there. Janet Mello, 57, was indicted this past Wednesday, on 10 counts related to fraud scheme, including mail fraud, criminal handling of money, and aggravated identity theft. It's been told that she funded her shell company through at least 40 payments over 6 years, securing more than $100 million for herself. That's what court documents say. Mello allegedly spent the cash on luxury jewelry, a fleet of 78 vehicles that included new and classic cars, and motorcycles, as well as 31 properties and lots of land in Texas, New Mexico, Colorado, Washington State, and Maryland. I was shocked by this. How did one? It took 6 years to catch her. I mean, she clearly had it, planned out. But 100 million dollars, and that money was to go to military children. That's the part that really bothers me the most. That ought to piss you off. It's infuriating. I hope they throw the book at her. My opinion. Oh, what do we got next? Next up, okay, this one here, this affects everybody. Virtually in the entire lower 48 states are about to experience extreme weather. That was a news article that came across this week. Lower 48 is about to experience extreme weather. Well, first off, it's already happened. You've gotten tornadoes, you've had blizzards, flooding going on right now. Where are my Tennessee peeps at? I know you guys are out there. What really gets to me about this is with the weather thing is a lot of people don't understand or think that there's weather control systems out there or people controlling the weather, governments uh involved in this. There was a in fact there was a big conference in Dubai or Abu Dhabi recently about climate control. If you and one of the things in there that they're talking about is geoengineering the weather. If you go to geoengineeringwatch.org, it's a great resource. There's a lot of good information. You can learn a lot from it as far as what's going on with different weather patterns and are planes spraying stuff in the air, chemicals in the air, et cetera, et cetera. Go check out geoengineering watch doc. I mean, I'll post it after the show. I should have did it, but I didn't. But I'll post it after the show. But geoengineeringwatch.org. Pretty interesting stuff over there. All right, listen, let's wrap up the titles, or let's wrap up the news articles on a positive note, right? Because that's what we're all about anyway. Let's end this on a positive. USA junior hockey team goes viral after singing the national anthem and saying, "We love our country." USA hockey team was praised for singing along to the national anthem after winning the World Junior Championship over the last weekend. This is great. The team defeated Sweden with a score of 6-2, making the win the sixth gold medal the team has received in the championship's history. Following the victory, the team could be seen singing along to the national anthem, with many praising the video shared on social media and the hockey players for their patriotism. This is awesome. Oh, JD, I'm going to post this here. JD just said ESPN failed to show that part of their celebration. Sad. Should have. They should have. Hats off to the USA junior hockey team. First off, congratulations to USA junior hockey. That is awesome on your big win. More importantly, thank you for setting the example. You see stuff like this, kind of our old, us older people, and you see kids like this that are singing along to the national anthem, gives you some hope. I absolutely love it. Love it. That's great stuff. So congratulations again. That's it for the news. Let's dive into the shows. There's some great shows this week, great episodes this week. And we got some new stuff. And again, those of you that are on TikTok that are watching this the first time we're doing it on TikTok, thank you for joining. Now we're going to get into the podcast that you can find on Heroes Media Group. And those of you that are on all the other platforms, remember, you can find all of the shows simply going to heroesmediagroup.com. So first up, we got a new show called Every Man's Odyssey. This is a brand new show to the network. This week is how to make your resolutions stick. In this episode, they're going to talk about and take a look at what keeps us from succeeding at our New Year's resolutions and making changes in general. Find out what's keeping you from being at your best and how to overcome it. So check that out. That's this week's Every Man's Odyssey. Like I said, this is a new show. I'm absolutely digging this. Very godly show as well. So I love this. My buddy Otis over on Instagram. What's up, brother? Appreciate you jumping on. Next up, we got Feed the People by the People. This week, it's the Health Show. Brooks invites AJ and Brooke to dive into the interconnected web of climate change, processed foods, and the declining of health in modern America. This is a great episode. My friend AJ Richards, longtime friend of mine, also a veteran. Go check out Feed the People by the People, especially those of you out there that want to be more. What's the word I'm looking? More. You just want to eat healthier. Check them out because they do a lot of stuff on meats, like what you should ask your local farmer or your local ranchers, etc. So go check them out. That is great. Jerry, what's up? Thank you for jumping on. I appreciate you, brother. In fact, we're going to be talking about Jerry here in just a few moments. Jerry does a show called Beyond the Rut. We're going to get to that here in just a few. Next up, we got the John Mayo podcast. This episode this week, he talks, or it's an excerpt from his conversation with Olg Logheed, Olg's experience in the Forge. If you're not familiar with the Forge, you should be following John Mayo. He's got a community called the Waymaker community. This is an awesome little community that get together, helps you move forward and things that you want to do with intentions, vulnerability, outcomes of life, and things that you want to do. Helps you show up. Simona, what's up, dear? How are you? Appreciate you jumping on. So go check it out. That's the John Mayo podcast. What do we got next? Next up, we got the Hero Academy podcast with our host, Super Dave. This week, the title is From Firefighter to CEO. Special guest, Clive. He's a former fire chief turned CEO of Long RX. Talks about his transitioning from firefighting to software entrepreneurship. Great episode this week. Check it out, the Hero Academy. Next up, Jerry, if you're still on, we're talking about Beyond the Rut. This week, it's about Jerry. I love this. This week, Jerry recounts his journey from leaving a corporate job to becoming an entrepreneur. From valuable lessons in marketing and networking to the challenges of stretching savings and facing setbacks, Jerry's story is certainly to inspire and challenge you. This was a great episode. I've known Jerry. I've met Jerry fairly recently, several months ago, and just in talking with him, the times that I have, very inspirational cat. Also a veteran, Army veteran, so he's a brother in arms. Great episode, and he's doing a lot of cool stuff. So go check it out. Beyond the Rut. All right, let me get caught up here. Take a quick break. Woo. All right, here we go. Next up, we got Label Free Podcast. Love this show. This week, Tina Hanya. She's a certified sound healer, positive and spiritually psychology coach, and food freedom coach. Tina shares her personal journey of overcoming an eating disorder in her 20s and how it led to her to pursue certifications in various healing methodologies, etc. Tina discusses her own struggles with self-worth and negative relationships with food. As a coach, Tina offers supports to clients struggling with emotional eating and their relationships with food. I thought this was a really cool episode. I might reach out to her. Everybody knows that I'm a foodie, so I love it. So, Jerry, of course, man. Thank you for being a part of the family. Love you, brother. We got to get a chat soon. All right, next up, moving on. We got the other side of the firewall. They do a show every day, Monday through Friday. They do a show. This week, some of the topics were big cybersecurity unit acquisitions, energy department's $70 million cybersecurity fund. Wednesday, I like this one. Lift some. Let me see here. Sorry, Thursday show. Ask a CISSP. Meet Jeffrey Lodick, our man Jeffrey Lodick, good friend of ours. Down in Florida doing great stuff, retired Army guy as well. So go check that out. Other side of the firewall. Mm. Camouflage Sisters, what's up? How you doing? All right, next up we got Misfit Nation podcast. Empowering you to achieve your full potential. Dr. G. Rex Crewley, the founder of Depth Healing Technology, has been studying and training in his multidiscipline crafts of health, quantum science, and personal developments, specifically in the areas of awakening, business success, and goal achievements, psychology, stress, athletic performances, and uh, martial paralysis. So this was another cool episode. If you're not following the Misfit Nation podcast, Rich does a show a couple times a week, actually. So go check them out. Follow them on the social platforms. They put on a great show. Misfit Nation podcast. Next up, we got what do we got? Carry on politics. Excuse me. This one here, rallying for America's future and Trump's vision. This week, an advocate for the military personnel and an avid supporter of Trump, Trent, brings his experience as a Navy veteran, small business owner, and agricultural background, an elected school board member, to the forefront of the political discourse. Trent is, I didn't put his last name on here. I apologize. He is running for, I believe, the fourth congressional district in Colorado. So that's going to be an interesting one coming up this year as well. So check this out because he talks about the stakes really never been higher. He dives into significant issues from free and fair elections, voter roll concerns, and illegal alien registrations. Also, and this is a big one for the veterans, the privatization of the veteran affairs. I need to look into that one a little bit more. I haven't seen more on that, but I'm going to check that out as well. So check it out. It's Carry On Politics. Pushing Back Chaos. They're coming back in February, so stay tuned for that. Next up, we got the Decision Hour with yours truly this week. Unveiling the Hidden. It's a spy's insight on global threats and CIA challenges. All right. This week, I really dived into espionage, global politics, and the shifting sands of the intelligence strategies with our distinguished guest, Brian Fairchild. Over 2 decades of CIA as a CIA case officer under his belt, he has the pulse on of counterterrorism. Brian brings to the table a wealth of knowledge and firsthand experiences. This was a fun episode. We talked for hours on this. So what we did is we explored the transition from traditional spycraft to the modern era where intelligence community grapples with paramilitary efforts and emerging world powers. You can hear about Brian's compelling journey. He started off in special forces, got into the CIA. We also talk about take a glance at his latest book called The Hidden. And And if you go to brianfairchildbooks.com, you can purchase that there. And we share his critical take on division and dysfunction within the United States alongside the brewing challenges posed by nation to nation conflicts. This is an eye opening episode. And it's not just for, we got followers all over there on TikTok there. You got a lot of people overseas. This is for you guys too. This is not just here in the US. This episode is one that you definitely want to listen to when he's talking about spy stuff. I get a kick on it, and I'm doing more and more stuff along those types of interviews. So check it out. That's this week's Decision Hour. Those of you that are just joining, you can check out all of our podcasts by going to heroesmediagroup.com. Click on podcast, and you can see all the shows right there. Next up, we got Time to Shine today with our man Scott Ferguson. This week, he's talking with Harrison Tash, an ambitious director and leader of a large corporation, has a remarkable track record in diagnosing, developing, and leading multiple programs, from staff professional development to strategic planning. Guy's done it all. He's helped lead a $400 million business through a rebirth of strategic planning and execution. You're not going to want to miss how passionate he is about people, making them laugh, and building a community. I love this episode. It's a great one. Time to Shine today. Check it out. AJ Richards, good morning. We were talking about you earlier. Ears were ringing, weren't they? Appreciate you jumping on, brother. Thank you. Next up, we got Because Bikers Matter podcast. Mark and Nancy, the team behind Mimi and Moto. Mark and Nancy are the authors of the children's books about motorcycles featuring two monkeys named Mimi and Moto. They've published 3 books so far, and they also sell merchandise on their websites, mimiandmoto.com. The goal of the Mimi and Moto brand is to get more kids excited about motorcycles. Love this. This is so cool. What they hope is that their characters in the future and become more ambassadors for motorcycling, attracting new families to motorcycles and the sports. It's pretty cool. Because Bikers Matter podcast. Check it out. Shay Sparks Show. Got a new episode coming next week. Stay tuned. Environmentally Speaking will be back next week as well. Next up, we have the MSEC podcast, Military Child Education Coalition. That's what that stands for. It's a great nonprofit organization for our military families. This week, highlighting military life through art. This was amazing. MSEC's 2023 Call for the Arts received hundreds of entries last year from across the globe. Every branch of service with creative expressions of strength, bravery, pride, community. In this podcast, you're going to hear from 3 of last year's elementary school winners. These kids were great. I was blessed enough to be able to go to MSEC's conference last year in DC and got to see the artwork of these amazing kids. Awesome stuff. If you're a military family, if you're active duty, guard, reserve, or you're a veteran and you have kids of age that are still in school, this is a great resource. Go to militarychild.org. You get a lot of resources and stuff there, so go check it out. Next up, the Arms Room. This week, they're discussing what they're going to be preparing for this coming year. If you're interested in learning more about firearms or taking a class, or if you want to take a preparation class, like how to prepare or what you should be carrying in your car, whether it's a firearm or med kits. A lot of people forget about learning just basic first aid procedures and whatnot. Contact the Arms Room, or their main company is trainingaz.com. Great organization. Talk to Glenn. He's the founder over there. They put on amazing classes, and their 2024 schedule is up right now. So reach out to them if you're interested in training. And they travel all over the country. They travel all over to do classes. So check them out. Next up, Chasing Happiness podcast. This week, Scott White, excuse me. The Life is Too Short guy. Scott's journey from writing the book as a challenge to himself, making an obsession of nothing short of motivational. His book is actually titled The Life is Too Short, guy, serves as a practical guide to making every day the best day ever. Pretty inspirational. Uh, Talks about the power of positivity and how our attitude shapes the world. Surprisingly, this is a cool statistic. External factors only contribute 10% to your long term happiness, leaving a significant portion really within our own control. Think about that for a second. That's pretty interesting. Check it out. Chasing Happiness. Next up, we got the Joel Evans Show. This week, thousands of studies done on molecular hydrogen, and yet it's hardly talked about. This week, he wanted to talk with a expert about it, and he found Dr. Paul Bretto and his team over at Echo H2O. What's really intriguing about this is molecular hydrogen is not only its immune protective effects, but gut healing properties. This was a really cool episode. I'm going to dive more into this here in the next couple of weeks. Joel also had a couple. He had a couple shows this week. Another one I want to highlight real quick is with John Mayo. I mentioned John earlier because John is part of the HMG family. That episode, they talk about more how to live a more intentional life with your marriage, career, kids, etc. So check it out, the Joel Evans Show. Great episodes this week. Next up, we got your 6 at 6 with the People's Patriot Project every Sunday night, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. They do like a roundtable event. There's quite a few. They bring a lot of veteran musicians in. They do a lot of great guests. They do a few shows. The People's Patriot Project, another nonprofit organization. Great work over there, Mark and Andrea. Next up, we got the S3 with JD. JD was on the Facebook Live earlier, and he's going to be talking about his beloved Patriots and the Bill Belichick retiring. I think he retired, or he might be looking for a new job. Nonetheless, check it out, the S3 with JD. What else? Hey, listen. Appreciate you all jumping on. Make sure you share this. We got some exciting stuff coming up this year as we're on some new social media platforms that we're trying to test out. So share this stuff if you can. If there's something that you want me to cover during these weekly wrap-ups, by all means, DM us, send us an email. You can email us at info@heroesmediagroup.com. I want to give a special shout out real quick to all of our network sponsors out there. We have My Tax Fella. Those of you here in the U.S. got to pay taxes. Hey, tax season's right around the corner. You need help. If you got a small business and you need help with your bookkeeping, or you want somebody to do the taxes for you, especially now with that new IRS and thing that came out with if you're a business owner, you got to register with the IRS and claim who's X, Y, and Z. I forget what it's called, but anyway, it's a pain in the ass, quite frankly. Go check it out. My Tax Fella. Let them do the work for you. JB Auto Clothiers, those of you looking to spiff up your wardrobe this year a little bit. This is the jacket that I got on. Custom made to measure suits, men and women. They do suits, jackets, shirts, ties. Go check them out. JB Auto Clothiers. Get everything sent right to you. Love it. Great or veteran owned as well. Alibi Tattoos. If you got a tattoo, or maybe you got one that you need to get rid of, go check out Alibi Tattoos. They can help you out. Forget Genetics, another veteran-owned organization. Forget Genetics. We're going to see them, and we'll be live with them at the Great American Outdoor Show next month. So, my man Barry, we're looking forward to seeing you guys up there. If you're a hunter or you just like having animals in your yard, go check out their products, forgetgenetics.com. Use promo code HMG. He's going to give you 10% off. Motorcycle safety lawyers. If you ride motorcycles, you should have their number on your speed dial. Go check them out. This organization does a lot for the veteran community as well. So go check them out, Motorcycle Safety Lawyers. Got a Hold Brewing over at in your Eureka Springs, Arkansas. Thank you for your love and support. Feed the people, buy the people. They're also a podcast here, but they also support the network as well. We appreciate it. The Freedom People, new organization. Those you hear that are looking for actual freedom, you want to take back your freedoms, set up a trust, and you can go through the freedompeople.org. They're great. They're setting up my stuff right now. It's been a fantastic experience with them. So thank you guys over at the Freedom People, and it's freedompeople.org. Sisu Stamina. Got it up here. Didn't think I would. I love this stuff. This stuff here helps me get through the rest of the day. Sisu Stamina. I'm going to show it over there. TikTok folks. If you go to Universal Learning Approach or ulauniverse.com, ulauniverse.com, you can take this performance involved. It's a boost. I take this around 12:30, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It helps me get through the rest of the day. It gives you that kick for the rest of the day. Use Heroes 10 at checkout. They're going to give you 10% off as well. Jim Neary's Bait and Tackle. Appreciate you guys. Love it. We're going to see them next month as well at the show. And Warriors on the Water LTD, another great organization. Nonprofit organization. They take veterans out fishing. So thank you all. I'm looking forward to 2024 and what's to come. We got a lot of things coming up. Again, those of you out there, share this. If there's something that you want us to cover on the show, send us an email. If you're a podcaster and you're looking for a home, we'd love to help you out. Send us an email or send us a direct message. Again, that email is info@heroesmediagroup.com. So that being said, remember this, everything that I talk about at the beginning of the show with the news articles and whatnot, don't take my word for it, folks. Go out and research this stuff yourself. All right. Critical thinking, that is a lost art in today's world. Think for yourself. All right. And that doesn't matter whether you're here in the United States or over in Pakistan, Korea, Europe, which we have some people on TikTok right now that are over there. So thank you all for joining us today. That's all the time I got. Remember this, folks. Get outside. It might be cold. Go for a walk. Go to the gym. Go do something for yourself. But get away from the computers. Get off the phone for a little while this weekend. All right. I appreciate all of you coming on today. But that's all the time I got. So in the meantime, have a great weekend. God bless you. God bless America. We'll see you guys next week.